So with this being said, I think that to a degree, you can sort of control your age. Now, let me give you, I know that might sound like a bit wacky and a bit weird, but let me give you an example of what I mean. I remember when I was growing up, I would always hear people say like, oh, it's terrible to get older. You know, when you get older, you lose energy. Man, it would be so nice to be a kid. Kids have just like endless energy. Kids have infinite energy. And I remember sitting there one day and just thinking about that. Do kids have infinite energy? And I know that's not literal, but you get what I mean. Do they have a lot of energy, more than adults do? Now, sometimes when I have these like theories, or sometimes when I want to try to question things that people believe to be true, what I do is I try to just observe things. I try to take I kind of do like a half and half experiment. And so half of what I do is I try to do some research to see if scientific research or if any data or any papers suggest one thing. And then what I do is I observe in nature, I observe things that people believe to be true to see if there's any credence to what people say. And so what I did is I kind of went out and I literally observed just adults, and I observed kids. Not in like a weird way, by the way, but just kind of like when you're hanging out with your friends and your friends have kids, you get to see how their kids interact and how their kids play and all that stuff. And what I saw with pretty much every kid was not some tiny human that has endless energy. What I did see is a tiny human that does not understand how to use their energy efficiently. From what I found, a lot of children don't have more energy than adults. What they really do is they expend massive amounts of energy doing what adults would consider relatively pointless. They'll get super excited, they'll play around, and they'll just sprint around for like hours at a time, like an hour or two. They're just sprinting, going back and forth, maybe just playing a random game of tag or chasing each other or something like that. Just endless, just mindless running, mindless energy expenditure. And what I've noticed is that once they do that for about an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, they crash. They want to take a nap.